Let's get it. In a world filled with distractions, staying focused isn't just a skill, it's a superpower. Today, I'll show you how to train your mind to achieve laser-like focus. Most people fail not because they lack talent, but because they're consumed by distractions. So let's talk about it. Let's talk about how to rise above that. But first, welcome to the Hustle Legacy Podcast. I'm your host, Traductions, where we don't just hustle for the sake of grind. We hustle with purpose. We hustling with passion. And this is your space for elevation. This is your space for personal growth, entrepreneurship, mindset, where we're building a legacy. We don't chase the trends, we set them. We don't create wealth, we create generational impact. And I want to just go back on a time where I was distracted. I get distracted daily, and I had to really hone in and understand what's distracting me from my goals, what's stopping me from achieving these certain accolades, or what's really holding me back. And I had to really think, is it a friend group? Is it social media? Is it a relationship that don't serve me? Is it me spending my time on a video game? Is it me hanging with childhood friends? What's really holding me back? And first, I want to define what is a distraction. Let me pull up what is a distraction. A distraction is anything that pulls you away from what truly matters. The problem. We often confuse urgency with importance. See, my time becoming an alpha, one of my big brothers was teaching me the importance between urgency versus what's important. They both important, but one of them is urgent and one of them is important. And there's different types of distractions. You got digital distractions like notifications, social media, emails, all that. You got emotional distractions where you sitting here just overthinking everything. You might be doubting yourself. You got environmental distractions where it might just be cluttered, like your whole surrounding, like everything distracting you. You got social distractions where you might feel unsupported in relationships. You might have obligations, and the impact of distractions can really be heavy onto your life. It can decrease your productivity. It can slow down your progress. It can have you loss of clarity. Your confidence might be lacking if you're distracted. And I want you to kind of imagine a ship navigating without a compass. That's kind of how your mind is when you allow distractions to steer you. So clarity is key. If you don't have clarity, you don't know where you're going. The vision will be kind of murky. If you don't know what you're aiming for, distractions is always going to win. The clearer the vision, the easier it is to say no to what doesn't align with you. And I think we got to get there was a book called The Power of Saying No. The more no's you say no to, the closer you get to the yeses that you're looking for. So it could be saying no to, I don't want to go out tonight. No, I don't want to eat that. No, I don't want to watch this. No, I don't want to hang out with you. No, I don't want to do these things that don't align with my goals. And you got to start writing down your top 3 priorities daily. The reason why so many of us are feeling overwhelmed is because we live in the past, or we living in the future, but we're not living in the present. The power of being present is so powerful because you can like make decisions in the end time moment. You're not like on autopilot. Like you just kind of being mindful of what's going on. And I feel like, well, I know that being focused is a muscle. If you focused, you can be clear on where you're trying to go. But if you distracted, it's the same thing as the gym. Like, it ain't nothing but just showing up, going to the gym. But if you distracted, you got all type of things that's distracting you and you ain't made the time to go. Why you think you gonna get big? Why you think you gonna bulk up? Why you think you gonna get skinny? You distracted by all these foods. You eating all these emotional decisions. A system makes discipline easier, because like when you got a certain system, you got a certain structure that you following, that's what make it easier to follow your goals. That's what make you disciplined. And I remember in the last pod I was saying being disciplined is doing the things that you don't want to do. Being a spoiled brat is doing whatever you want to do. So if you're not disciplined enough to do the things that you don't feel like doing that day, like I committed to dropping a video every week. I'm just trying to be disciplined because I know where this gonna lead to. So I'm not here to preach to you. I'm not here to tell you what to do, be your daddy or nothing like that. I'm just trying to give out some game and some wisdom. Turn off your notifications. Block social media during your work hours. Use certain boundaries and certain tips and structures to define your life. Every time you saying yes to something is taking up that time to saying no to something else. You saving time for the things that you want to do whenever you say no. When you say yes to something, that's just taking up all those no's. Like you ain't got time for it no more. And I think a good tip that we need to start practicing is start saying no without feeling guilty. Like, I appreciate my friend group because I can say no and none of them will feel away. Like, oh, he acting whack today, or he being weak today, or he don't never want to hang out, or none of the other stuff. Like, I don't get that from my friend group. My friend group support me. Like, we cannot hang out for some months, and when we get back together, it's like we done kicked it like nothing ever happened. And I encourage you to find either friends like that or find some like-minded friends or something. But you can't complain about where you're not at if you're doing the same thing, man. You gotta get disciplined. Your environment really do matter. Having a tidy workspace is like having a tidy mind, like a clean mind. Like, if your office or wherever you work at is just dirty, junky all day, that's probably how your mind is. You really want to curate a workspace that inspires you to stay focused. You want to have a workspace that you can like really release. You can get everything off that you gotta say. Not saying like everybody that got a junky workspace don't get nothing done, but 9 times out of 10, if you got a clean workspace, you got a clean mind. You got a clear mind, and you can like do your work without. Cause like if you just got clothes hanging over there and equipment all over there, your mind gonna be everywhere. It's gonna be, oh, I gotta clean that. Oh, I gotta paint the wall here. Oh, I gotta go over there. Your environment really do matter. I'm not down in nobody's spot, but I got friends in New York. They just want to leave because it's so much. The environment is almost hectic. Like they got to leave out of there, and it's kind of like it's meshing with their emotional, mental regulation. Like you got fear, you got anxiety, you got all type of different emotions that's just flowing around, and it's hard for you to think because your environment is just clustered. So if you can, just take a few daily techniques, daily affirmations, breath work, journaling, and just stay inspired. If your why isn't strong enough, the distractions will always win, and you can't regularly stay focused on your goals and visualize success when you always distracted. So just celebrate the small wins. The momentum will come. Just acknowledge the small wins. The momentum will come. The momentum will come. Distractions lead to mediocrity. Focus on mastery. Focus on your legacy. Focus on building something that's going to last, having a generational impact. What you master, you will pass down. You master it, you will pass it to your friends, to your family, to whoever. And I just want to encourage you to focus on your gifts, focus on your family, focus on your business, focus on your community. Focus is a choice. It's not a condition. It's a small start. Build with that small habit and just keep going. Shout out to the merch. We got the Hustle Legacy merch. If you found value in today's episode, please share it with somebody who needs this episode or needs this message. Please share it. Let's build together. Let's build this legacy. Let's stay focused. Let's stay intentional. Let's stay unstoppable. If anything, please subscribe, leave a review, join the Hustle Legacy community, and I'll see you next Friday.